Aries, hey there. It's Melissa here to do your weekly love reading for the week of September 28th through October 4th. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It will not resonate for all Aries. If it does resonate for you, however, please smash that like button for me. While you're down there, there's a big bright red subscribe button if you wouldn't mind hitting that for me as well so you can be notified when I upload or go live. You can click the bell notification icon for all to be notified for all of that. There's a PayPal me account linked in the description box below. If you do leave the channel a donation, thank you so much. I appreciate all amounts, large, small, and thoughts and prayer and energy. You can share this on other platforms if you feel so inclined. Let's get at your love life. This is from single to married and anywhere in between. This is upside down. I don't take reversals. The energy you bring to this connection you have in mind, the energy that person brings, and then the potential outcome for that connection. Alright, the overarching energy is the moon. Ooh, it looks like we're feeling some things. Justice will be served though, and looks like there's some love at the heart of the matter. So Five of Pentacles being left out in the cold, we're just not going to talk about that very long. It's not your actual overarching energy. I just like to bring a few cards over. And it kind of went well with this, which can be sort of feeling in the dark, whatever that means, you know, maybe just feeling unaware, uninformed, maybe just not opening up to each other, I guess is what I would guess if it's an overarching energy. It can mean fears and insecurities too. I think it just, in this, so far what I'm feeling on this card right now is, it just kind of means we're not being very open about our feelings with each other. And that might have you dip it out, jump into conclusions, running away from the situation. Your energy is the Knight of Swords, which can be kind of fast action in either direction. Again, with this overarching energy, I would have to gather that you are trying to run from a situation that maybe is a good situation, but you're not being open with each other. We'll get to this. We'll get more clarifying cards. Because the Five of Cups is your person. They're feeling left out in the cold. They're feeling, some people say crying over spilt milk, but I think this is somebody who maybe made decisions, their fault, right, that weren't best for them. But we all do it because we're not properly taught to truly deeply love ourselves, care for ourselves, and make decisions that are best for the betterment of us. We make a lot of decisions throughout most of our life based on what others think, based on what will make others like us, right? Even if we don't know we're doing that. So your person is feeling sad, down, a little depressed. The outcome is this Knight of Pentacles, something that is, you know, it kind of all ties decently together. However, this does mean something stable and solid. It can be slow moving and somewhat stagnant at the same time. And when we're not opening up, that is what will happen when we're not willing to be truly vulnerable. And so if you have two people that are pretty independent, this can come into play for an outcome is just kind of a slow, stagnant almost. That's the way it should be when you have two people that aren't independent. The reason why things move really quickly, sometimes too quickly, is because, I mean, don't get me wrong, if two people are connected and love each other, things can move quickly, but a lot of times we don't wait for that person. We get into a situation because we're, you know, we don't want to be alone anymore, we're having trouble paying bills, whatever it is. So when we get into the relationship for the, you know, it should be somewhat, well, that should never be stagnant, that's for sure. Never mind. Should be two independent people coming into, you know, a solid connection, but I think that sometimes when the stagnance happens, it's either because, it's because it's not right usually, actually. I love the Pentacle folk, and if this was, like, had better energy on it, I would love him, but the Knight of Pentacles, to me right now, is just meaning that we're all holding back because we're not sure we're feeling this, okay? But that's, you know, none of my damn business. Well, actually, it kind of is right now since I'm your tarot card reader. Love reading tarot card reader for the day. All right, you guys, let's see what's going on. Well, the wheels are turning. Action's happening. We got forward movement. We got the moon for a second time. In your reading, it's in your energy. First of all, you smashed on top of this Knight of Swords. 3 major arcanas. So you are going through some major transformations. Major things are happening in your life. Major shifts are happening in the world. So it's not really shocking to me that major arcanas have been showing up constantly in the cards. What this signifies, the Wheel of Fortune. I love to, everybody says, and everybody says their own, what is great about being a card reader, tarot card reader, is similar to being a pastor or, somebody who relays the Bible, or we get to, we all know the accurate interpretation or the accurate meaning, but we get to interpret it like somebody interpreting art. In our own, whatever comes to us. First of all, it's not our own, it's a gift. When we get relayed messages, it's not because we're so wise, it's because we're connected. And so anyway, sorry to go on that tangent. I hear a lot of people say, I hate when readers do this. I hate when each reader does their own thing. We all resonate for different people. So basically when I say I do this, a lot of people do that. It's just to explain why I do things differently, and I do things differently. So the reason why is because my gift is different, and not everybody's is the same. Either you resonate with mine or you don't, and that's what's great about is there's so many different kinds out there that there's we're all here to guide. As far as I'm concerned, is in my greatest hopes, we're all here to literally guide and help heal people. Okay. So what's great is that there should be enough of us out here to resonate for so many people, if not everybody, okay? Anyway, so the Wheel of Fortune, I love. It does indicate, the wheel, it indicates luck, right? Good luck, some people will say, but I will tell you that the Wheel of Fortune coming up in your energy is not going to indicate good luck if you're out there, maliciously hurting people. So it indicates giving, whatever you're putting out into the universe, thought-wise, or, material-wise, is coming back to you times 10, okay? It's shifting into your favor, but again, it's not going to, that can only be good favor if you're sending good vibes out, okay? The Chariot, same thing, victorious. It signifies as above, so below. Just sort of a victorious manifestation. The yin to your yang, sort of, whatever. And then the moon, again, we're back to this same old, the overarching energy, which was sort of not necessarily, I just think we're in the dark a little bit. We're unsure. When people say secrets and whatnot, the secret doesn't have to be bad secrets. The secrets can be that we're protecting our hearts by not sharing all of our feelings. What we don't know is that when we are doing that, we're actually not protecting our hearts. We're actually blocking our hearts, okay? Which, if you care to be in a true, deep, loving relationship, you cannot block your heart. Your heart has to be fully in it and involved. Your person is feeling, I think, a little bit rejected by you. I do think they want you really bad. I just think you're going through some shifting, and they're taking it personal. Is what I'm getting right now. Yeah, I just see that they see wedding bells in your future. Let's get some outcome. All right, so we need some communication, that's for sure. We need to communicate with each other. That is like the whole reading simply states. I feel like you could be trying to move away from this situation, and then if this situation is not the situation for you, by all means move away. If you're only running away from the situation because you're feeling a lot, or you're afraid of loving someone, or the way that this person makes you feel, don't run away. They love you too. But gosh, I guess I say don't run away, and then I'm like, but if you have this shifting to do, and you want to do that on your own, the great thing about leaving a situation is if it's meant to be, if it's the one, they will be available after the work is done. If we're in a situation and we both have work to do as far as inner work goes, as far as healing things from the past goes, as far as I can tell, and as far as I've ever experienced, it's impossible to do that work while in a relationship, because it does distract us from doing the inner work. It almost makes it so we don't have to do the inner work, if that makes sense. It masks us into believing that the work doesn't need to be done. I'm very confused in your reading today. I don't know if I woke up on the confused side of the bed, or if your situation is just very confusing. But what I will say to you is there is healing taking place in this situation, and I think communication is needed, because I think we're staying stuck in our own head about all that we're feeling, and that's not going to... The great part about this is sharing your feelings with each other. If you then decide you don't want to be together, you don't have any regrets. You shared your all, you gave your all, you tried. But if you're holding your true deep feelings in and you walk away, you will regret that for the rest of your life, wondering if you screwed that up. So, rejection is painful, but it's not as painful as holding on to regret. Okay? So I'm just going to say, oops, that's not what I wanted. The work needs to be done if you feel that there's inner work. I mean, there's so much shifting going on. Maybe it's just a pause, a small pause needed, and we can get back to, you know, this sturdy foundation. I think you guys have a sturdy foundation. I really, truly do. Gratitude. You fully appreciate the invaluable lessons that life lovingly presents to you. Yeah, I think the value in this particular situation is just that once we overcome our fears of being vulnerable, I think especially is when the true magic in a relationship will happen. So I think open up is what I'm feeling called to say, is that you both need to open up. I think because I'm talking to you, Aries, if you open up first, it's going to open up their, you know, it's going to make them feel safe to open up as well. But it looks like you're both locked in your head right now, both doing a lot of overthinking, and this can get, man, the longer we stay in that state of mind, the harder it is to get out. So I really encourage you guys to just really communicate, and I'll be curious to know how things go. I love you so much.